Welcome to All My Art and Soul. I am Michelle Holden, and I welcome you to a new affirmation art journaling series. What if you could shift your thoughts with a soulful art practice that uses both art journaling and positive affirmations? Affirmation art journaling can become a rich source of renewed inspiration, stillness, and peace. When both art journaling and positive affirmations are combined, they can become a very freeing form of expression, fulfillment, and letting go. Let affirmation art journaling become part of your weekly art practice, a practice that's good for the soul. Welcome, and the affirmation for this page is, I am taking steps to make my dreams a reality. I am taking steps to make my dreams a reality. So as you can see, it is my regular 8x10 picture, but on a 9x11 Canson mixed media sketch. Well, it's not a sketch pad, mixed media pad, and all of those tools I'm showing what I'm going to be using. And I'm going to start, at least for a while, writing out the affirmation with a really strong intention. And as you can see, I've used white tape around the edges because I really like the clean edges effect when we're done. And I don't want to do too much thinking during this page. I only want to think about my intention, my affirmation, and I'm going to write it in a few different directions, different styles. All I did for this page, and you might want to do the same, is have a feeling for the affirmation that you respond to that day, or when you're going to have your sessions. You can have them anytime you want, daily, a couple of times, or 3 times a week. And that's what I do. So as you can see, I'll choose a different, and I'm just choosing differences when I'm thinking of it, and just trying to get it to be an automatic response. So I just use my own handwriting. Sometimes I'll write it out. And at the end, if you stay to the end, I hope you do, and follow along with me, at least maybe watch it once or twice and then give yours a try. And you can choose whatever affirmation you feel comfortable with, of course. But this is number 1. And at the end, it just felt right to write the affirmation on top with the white acrylic paint marker. So I'm just going to let you watch this for a few minutes and catch up when we have some more layers and we're putting some things down. And as you can see, I felt I had enough, and I felt like trying out my new Liquitex fluid, and it is, I thought it was a black, but it's like a charcoal iridescent, and it's really, really cool. And of course, I'm practicing not worrying about what my color shaper is going to do, because I still really haven't used it enough. So I really am playing with the angle of the blade, of the rubber edge, we should call it, to the paper, and really liking that shadowy, really transparent layer. and just trying to think of some shapes, and we're not thinking here, respond to some shapes and cover it, but I don't want to cover all of it, all of the edges. And of course you can go over the tape, and that's okay. So I don't want that layer interfered with, so I'm going to dry it just with my hair dryer. And knowing that the thinner the layer, the quicker it dries. So I just thought, oh, that paint was sort of bunching up in that area. So I'll just speed that up. And now that I have a really nice start, it's some of a start, but we really want to go a lot farther. So I also purchased a bunch of black and white Posco markers, and I wanted to see what other marks I could start or activate this surface with. And I'm really wanting to treat my affirmation art journaling pages in a much different way, peaceful, just responding and really, really feeling them and thinking about those words, because I don't know if you know, but words have a lot of power. So this is a water-soluble graphite. I've got a couple of them, the thick sort of wedge type, and I thought the gray on the gray would look really cool. And I know that it might smudge, and I want that smudginess to pick up any texture. So I'm just adding a little bit of water here, just to see what those might have done. And this is the transparent white with Liquitex. And I'm just playing. I had so much fun doing this page, and I hope you do too on your own page. And don't forget to hop on over to sign up for to the Facebook group. We're doing a lot of things right now. There's a lot more sharing that was going compared to going on in the past. We're in the 600 members. We're going to be having a monthly live Zoom or Facebook, talk about what we've been doing, and maybe, it's our first meeting for 2023, so I hope to see you there. And we've got some other projects, and anything you want to learn or want me to demonstrate how I do it, feel free to mention that in the comments or in the Facebook group. It's a private group, so it's really secure and safe and supportive. So I'm coming in just with some black, and I know I've been really using rectangles, linear shapes, and so I'm slowly trying to move out of that, but I don't want that to be, on the front of my mind. I want to just take everything in slowly and just see what happens. Unlike if I'm exploring a series and wanting certain effects. But this, when you approach your art process in a more intuitive, where you're just responding, and then you analyze afterwards, you can discover some really, really cool things. That's why some of my words on my website or on my blog are explore, play, discover. So if you haven't, and I know I haven't been promoting my website and my blog, and I've been going back and reading them, I just love writing. That's another part that's really growing inside of me. And if you wanted to learn more about affirmations, and combining them, the power of combining them with art and creativity, it's sort of two mindsets working together, and it's extremely powerful. So check out that blog on my website. The link is in the comments section below the video. And this is something that I'm going to do a lot. I love the play of text under layers of other paints or hidden behind collage or anything. And this is a clay, this tool is a clay tool because it's smooth, and I knew to put that thicker layer of white paint and write part of I have the power to create change, which could be a separate affirmation, but I like how the two go together. And one is in the upper, and then the other one is in the lower, and the two different size fonts. So it's sort of a different, a different feeling. And when I talk about this stuff now, I only do this at the end or after I'm done. I really just am in a state of flow, and I'm really not paying attention, but subconsciously. It's really, it's an interesting process, and I'm still learning it. And so I'm using that tool again because I really liked what it did, so why not do some more? And after that, so I noticed that I worked on the area below while that was drying, and that will dry, and I will add some more a lighter value on there. So this is coming together more in the black, white, yellow oxide, and I never did end up using the teal, which is the golden teal, the very thick tube, teal in the tube there. Sorry, my words are escaping me this evening. It's the thicker paint. And this new set of collage papers, I experimented with similar colors, but just with a little bit of blue and with some new stencils, and just love the layering. I'm liking the more complex. And as you can see, there was a little bit of pink. Now you can't see it in the video, but in the end, and when I do put the best ones up, the ones I really like, up on my shop, and we'll be doing some things with them in the future, but not for a while. So loving the black and white with the yellow and a little bit of orange and pink, and playing with a variety of different values. So notice the palette is very simple, and I do come in with a little of nickel azo gold. So here, and this beautiful gold piece of paper, it's metallic. It just fit perfectly. And this is the very transparent tissue paper with some paint on it. And I know that underneath is going to show. So notice I see the blue. I wanted to put it there, but it didn't fit. It was just too different from everything else. So I'm just continuing with that collage that has just a touch of blue, but it's like a layer or two underneath on the paper. And you see your tiny little scraps, they really, really can look really cool on the measurements of all of these will be 8 by 10. And some of the originals, when I'm done, I'll be offering them. Just don't know which ones yet, but they will be prints and all over print products, art products. And here comes that nickel azo gold I put on the top. It comes out like, it is so powerful, this one color. It's incredible. So just to bring some unity, it's such a powerful coppery orange. And notice this brings the eye all around, and it's just amazing. And I'm looking at the page after it's dried here, and notice how that neutral color, there's different names for it, and depending on the brand that you purchase. And loving that top part, but I end up putting a little more nickel azo gold and a little pink pastel, and it just ties it all together. And of course, I'm noticing little things like this as I go, but I'm just playing with just the simple palette. So whenever you're grabbing what color, they all relate to each other. And there's orange pastel, pink pastel, and you can just seal those with gloss medium with a thin brush and go over them, and then it'll seal the pastel to the paper. No big deal. But I'm really loving the texture and the words hidden, and just created in a different way. So here's the white Posca marker, because my other ones were leaking, the white only, which is really interesting. I don't know if you found the same thing happening, but it just the affirmation needed to go right here. I am taking steps to make my dreams a reality. And some more marks. And there's nothing more wonderful looking is when you have drawing and dots and any type of drawing, lines and patterns with loose paint and collage. It's a really nice contrast. So just trying to bring the eye down. I didn't go overboard with the dots, at least I don't think I did. I just wanted to add a little bit. That one really light marker, just, I don't know. There's not much to it, but it's so light, it works in some areas, especially the very light values. And then just thinking, I put 2 in that time. Isn't that interesting? I usually use 3. But just some more drawing aspects and my 3 circles. And nope, don't need the blue. And your page will let you know when it's ready. And believe me, it took a while for me to learn that. But being really present, that's another thing that affirmation art journaling can teach us. Be in the present. Be where your hands are. And when you're creating, your hands are right in front of you, and you can just let go of the daily burdens, routines, and pressures, at least for a little while. As you can see, and I really like that I did that, but kept the curve in the dots, that line that carried down vertically, and now those dots really showed up. We just needed that real dark black mixed with the lighter loose marks or organic marks. I never ended up putting that there. It just, and when nothing else can fit or will fit, no, I didn't. Did I? It's not here now. Did I bury it? Oh no, I took it off. Good, because it's not there. So, I think this is a really good start. A couple more little marks. But I know that when nothing more will fit, it means your page has nothing more to say. It's saying it all. So we're probably going to move to the tape taking off. Oh yes, here we go. And this one really needed it, and I didn't overdo it. My little splash of dots. Sometimes I use white, sometimes I use black, and this time black, and just delicate, and just added that visual texture to it. Just here and there, and we're done. So now, getting that tape off, and I hope you enjoyed your first affirmation art journaling page of the series, and I hope to see you. So if you're liking this content, please remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment as to how it's going. Are you following along? So very exciting, and I'm so glad I can finally offer 2 videos a week. So it'll be on Sundays, mixed media, but the affirmation art journaling will be every Thursday at 4. And I'm just going to number them, and of course the title of each one will be the affirmation. And at the end, when we have enough, say up to 30, I will have a list. And if you want to check out my other 30-day affirmation challenge, feel free to do so. I'll leave a card in the video in the upper right, and it is in my affirmation art journaling category on my channel. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.